at home. Again, I own AcSELLerate Sales Development Systems, and simply put, I am a sales development expert. So I work with all types of companies as well as individuals and entrepreneurs to help them take their revenues to the next level. And one of the things that I train on a lot is teaching people how to sell effectively to different personality styles or behavior styles. In order to do that effectively, the first thing you have to do is recognize who you are and what your natural tendencies are. So today I will give you some examples from sales, but in the end, my strongest belief is that selling is the ability to have an authentic business communication with someone else and then get to the right decisions and the right outcomes. So I think that applies no matter what you are doing in the business world, whether you are dealing with a boss, a co-worker, your spouse, your friends, your kids. This has implications across the board. This is not simply a tool for those who sell. However, that does happen to be my main area of expertise. A little reference to the Brady Bunch family. I had 3 kids the hard way and married the other 3. And so we actually do have 3 boys and 3 girls. We've got 2 out of college, 2 in college, and 2 in high school. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So again, I'm glad that you're here. And the first thing that I want to talk to you about is personality styles. I use a tool that's called DISC. DISC divides people into 4 distinct behavioral styles. A lot of times we'll use the word personality styles interchangeably. This doesn't tell you everything there is to know about a person's personality. It doesn't tell you their integrity levels, if they have issues with their mother. It doesn't tell you things like that, but it does help you understand how people behave naturally and then how you can enhance your communication, particularly with those who don't have maybe the same behavior style as you. So a couple of principles on building relationships with people is that people buy from or cooperate with and respect people that they trust and like. Yeah, like and trust. Okay, who do we like and trust? People that are a lot like us. The people that are a lot like us are the ones that we just click with automatically, and you get each other and you feel like you've known each other forever. And then the opposite behavioral styles are sometimes the ones where you just aren't sure you're communicating. My goal today is to help you do well with both types of personalities. So I've given you a note taker, and I know some of you may be balancing soup or sandwiches, but I've intentionally left some of it blank because I think we really do learn more if we have a chance to write it down. So 4 different behavioral styles: D, I, S, and C. D, and you've got some other information in the back, you don't have to write all this down. D stands for dominant behavioral styles. I stands for influencer personality styles or behavior styles. S is a steady relator. And C is a critical thinker. If you go further in doing some testing, which I can give you guys an opportunity to do that if you want to do it personally later, your materials will say compliant. I think that is a misleading use of the word, and I think critical thinker more correctly describes this personality style. So I'm going to go into that. Dominants make up 18% of our personality. Of our population. That's in the United States. In other countries, there are different percentages. But the United States is big on dominance. Dominants are people who typically lead initiatives or lead companies. They want to get things done. They want to get things done quickly. They are very future-oriented. They are task-oriented usually, and tend to be a little impatient because they want to get there and they want to get there fast. They like direct communications, and they're very bottom line oriented. Does this sound like anyone in the room? Okay, they're usually pretty extroverted. So those are all some great qualities about dominance. However, I'm going to get, so those of us who are dominants, raise your hand. We're feeling good about ourselves right now, right? Okay, I have a lot of that in me too, so I like hearing that part. Let me explain to you what happens to a dominant who becomes overextended or a little stressed, right? I had a bad day, or I'm just tired, or I'm frustrated. Those very strong qualities of leading, getting things done, direct, bottom line oriented, turn into abrasive, harsh, irritable, and highly impatient. Okay? And all of us do this. The things that actually make us strong in our behavior style, when amplified under stress, can actually become a weakness. It's important for us to know. So a lot of times I spend my days training, coaching, working with people, and a lot of times by the end of the day, I'm completely out of relationship effectiveness. I've just got to tell you. So I get home, go home to the kids, and I'm not really saying, would you please pick up your room anymore? Okay, someone else is relating to that. Okay, so I really have to watch that and be aware that if I get into a business situation where I begin to get frustrated or irritated, or I'm just really tired, I can start to push so hard that now I'm turning other people off. I describe it as being like I'm sort of like, and those of us who are dominants are kind of like that can of frozen orange juice you have in your freezer. Looked like a good idea until you took a whole bite off the spoon, and it's just way too much. You know, hurts people's teeth. But those are dominants, okay? Influencers make up 29% of the population. Before I move on to influencers, let me back up on something for your dominants. I want to tell you their need-driven behavior. Their need-driven behavior is to be in control of the situation, okay? So bear that in mind if you are dominant or if you are communicating with a dominant, okay? Influencers make up 29% of the population. Influencers are outgoing, they're fun, they're magnetic. The person who is best at telling stories and jokes most often has a lot of influencer in them. They very often find their ways into sales because they can build relationships really quickly with people because they're just naturally fun, effusive, and warm. And they naturally do it pretty well with a lot of personality styles. Great stuff. They're also good team members, inject humor and energy. Great stuff. Influencers, however, because we're so optimistic and we're so happy and we're so excited about things, under stress, we can overextend by being disorganized, overcommitting, and not following through. Right? That's what happens to an influencer. Influencers are highly optimistic. They're very well, so they just think they can do everything, but then we get to the point where they're overstressed, and that overcommitment, which they're very prone to make, now becomes